What's going on? This might be a short video. I'm at Lackawanna State Park. There's you can see the sky's pretty gray. There's a storm rolling in. Might be rain, might be snow. I'm hoping it's snow. It's cold enough for it to be snow. But I hope I can get it on camera so I can get out towards the water here. One of my favorite things in the winter is listening to the ice. And if you've never heard it, let's hope I can get it because I can hear it out here. All right, let me get down there. It's a little breezy right here. I don't know if you're gonna pick that up, but there's little faint sounds of like, it sounds like someone hitting a wire, or a little whoop, little sounds like that, and that's the ice. So it's been cold the past week or so, so the lakes are starting to freeze over. As you can see, someone's been throwing rocks out here. So it's at least a couple inches thick. But with the sun trying to break through, heating it up, the wind blowing it, and it starts to ripple and move, it makes all these cool noises. I'm sure you can hear the jet. You can always hear the jet. All right, I'm gonna check and see if that's coming through. I don't want to slide onto it. You can faintly hear it through the speakers on the phone. This wind picks up, it makes a lot of noise when the wind picks up. See if I can block the microphones from the wind, not from the sound. That was really loud. It almost sounded like a wolf or coyote, but it was the ice. That was a good one. That's a couple loud ones. One of those cracks looks like it might have been this crack right here. This formed. That was loud right next to me. Or maybe that one. Oh, there's one over here now. So it's starting to warm up a little bit. It's probably hovering right around freezing. So the ice wants to start melting, but the water's moving underneath it. The sun's coming out, it's warming up parts of it, there's a little breeze. So yeah, it just makes the ice fluctuate ever so slightly and causes all these really cool sounds. And on a lake this size, it can get quite loud. And I know the camera's not picking up some of them. Some of them are way, way, way out there. I can barely hear them myself, so I'm guessing the camera's not picking those up. All right, I'm gonna continue on. I do not have my microspikes with me. I think I had to cross up here. No microspikes, and that is not very stable ice. I don't really want to step on it. Yeah. Oh, right there. Now, like I said, I'm at Lackawanna State Park. And one of the cool things about Lackawanna State Park is it is surrounded by preserves. You've got the Meadow Sweet and the Quarry Ridge Preserves. You got the Ziegler Preserves and the Gardner Spencer. You got the Messemer Preserve. And now, relatively new, I know they purchased this land a couple of years ago, but it's a little more usable now than it was. This is the Rowland Preserve. And this is across the lake from like the Bullhead Bay area up on the other side. And there's a few trails in here. I've hiked in here a couple times. I don't think I've recorded it all. I've taken a couple pictures. But the trail systems all kind of merged together. The loop I've been doing in here is about 1.5 miles. It's kind of the outside edge of the Rowland Preserve. And I believe this is Countryside Conservancy. I'll take you to the sign here and show you. Now, I remember seeing this a couple years ago. I was out here hiking. I saw the Countryside Conservancy. Yeah, it's a Countryside Conservancy, Rowland Preserve, hiking, mountain biking. I haven't really seen any official maps yet. A couple unofficial maps, but there is this little parking area here by this building, and this is Rowland's Road, this little dirt road. Eventually, I mean, it turns into like a state park or forest road, farming road. It takes you over to the other side of the Rowland's farm. Now, I don't know how much of this is part of the state park now or part of the preserve. think the farm itself is still privately owned. But on the other side of that is the Rowland Preserve. The Ziegler and Gardner Spencer are over there. There's the trails that go all the way around the state park out this way. The lake is down in there. Kind of goes down and out that way. And up on that side are the Quarry Ridge and Meadow Sweet preserves. So if you really wanted to, you could connect all these preserves together and do quite a few miles if you use the park as the connector and try to hike into all of them. So I haven't tried that yet. But from this little parking area, there's this road that goes up. But if you just get across where this ice is, you can kind of see there's a little path there. It's gonna take you right back across the road, but who wants to hike on a road? And come up here, you kind of see it right here. It comes through, it wraps up and around. I was gonna get on trail right here. Try not to slip on the ice. And now we're on one of the trails. Now a lot of these they appear to be designed maybe by and for bikes. So keep your eyes open. You will see bikes out here. But also keep in mind that anytime hiking and biking are permitted together in Pennsylvania, hikers have the right of way, not the bikes. So I always, if I can get out of the way quickly, I will. If I can't, then the bike's just gonna have to figure something out. Yeah, I don't want to be rude, but I've also been hit wearing these pants because they didn't see me. So I think I said in the last video, I talked about these pants. I can be seen from space with these things, so that's not really an excuse. This wouldn't be a video without a plane flying over real low. Beautiful spot here. And in the fall with no leaves, you can see pretty decent. You kind of see where this drops down. That lake's in there. We're up above it pretty far. And you can see the immediate area. So pretty much everything you can see over on that side is either state park or preserve. A little bit of private property mixed in some of those little spots, but a lot of space out here. And kind of like the Ziegler Preserve side, since this is an old farm, lots of stone walls, still a lot of farm remnants. There's a few buildings. You look in the trees a little bit, sometimes you can see like an old machine sitting there. I'm not sure what the long-term plans are for this preserve. Probably just trails and hopefully some mapping, but they're pretty easy to navigate. Like this one just zigzags back and forth through this little paddock here, little barnyard. In a couple minutes I'll be up there looking down, and just like that I'm up here, just down there, and it just winds around, comes all the way out, comes up here, and I do eventually go through this field way on the other side, this section of trail. Now this goes around. We're going to connect to another trail on the other side that comes back over here, that drops in right on the other side of this log. So these trails do all interconnect and either take you right back to the state park on a trail that I was hiking on, or right back to the parking lot. So if you just stay on a trail, you will wind up back where you started. trail continues that way. Let's take a walk up here. Haven't been up here yet. Let's see if there's a view from the top of this field. A little bit. You can see a little bit more private property out there. Just a rock pile, or was this a structure? Looks like just a rock pile. Probably a field mouse or a vole or something like that. This doesn't look like it was a structure. It's pretty cool though. Big pile of rocks. And I'm just on the other side of the field now, where I just was. Was just over there. It definitely doesn't look like a structure of any kind. Maybe it was just where they found rocks in the field and they've piled them here. I don't know if that came through. Something was in there. It just chattered at me. I saw a couple people when I first came in, down by the parking lot, and they were all heading back towards the parking lot. I haven't seen anybody since. No, scratch that. I did see a guy on a bike, but it wasn't too far outside the parking lot. Everybody looked like they're heading back. I just checked the weather not too long ago, and what was supposed to hit us in about an hour kind of stalled out, and they're not saying we're gonna get any kind of precipitation until between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. with the higher expectation towards 8 p.m. So I'm in no hurry. I'm just gonna keep on chugging along. This is a hike I've been doing a lot the past month or so. I really haven't been recording it. Just kind of coming out and enjoying it. But it's just a nice hike. Get some different views. Got the fields, got the lake, and everything around it. So I figured with the weather, this is really close to home. I can get up here and get back. And out here, they're usually a little more prepared for foul weather. You get out away from town, the outlying areas usually expect it more, so if it does start to snow, I'm not worried about the roads up here. So we're above, down there. I don't know if you can see it, so I can zoom in a little bit. Right here, this little white patch beyond the sign. That's the other side of Rowland's farm. So Bullhead Bay is over here, like the boat launch, and then over here on the lake is the old wooden bridge. I've kayaked under that a few times, and that bridge takes you up to Rowland Farm. So I know this used to be a part of that. I don't know if the state bought the entire farm, or if the preserve bought the entire farm, or how much of that they took, but I do see a lot of posted signs, which look relatively new. So I'm guessing that's still private property. No trails head over there. I'm not gonna push my luck. I will stay on the trails. I don't know if the cameras can see this the same way that my eyes see it. But right there, right, as I zoom in, you can clearly see that's a stump. But zoomed out, and when you look real quick, it looks like a bear peeking out around the tree. I looked up and I'm like, I mean, I know that's a stump, but just the way that hole is in it, it makes it look like the snout, like the brown area of the bear's snout. I kept thinking, is that a bear? Is that gonna move? But I knew it was a stump. Funny how your brain finds faces and things. Foundation? Oh yeah, it's definitely foundation. Maybe a barn. Looks like there's another stone wall out there, maybe an old road there. A lot of times barns will have one side raised up like this, where they could bring in machinery or wagons or trailers or whatever they have. So this trail that goes straight, I think is the one that goes back up around, that field is right up here. It goes back up around and drops down over on the other side. I'm gonna head down the hill, back down towards the lake and back down towards the state park. These little white and green markers are for the Countryside Conservancy. I think right here, I know they came in like a month and a half ago. Yeah, I think yeah, this is the spot. So there's another trail that heads down. I'll kind of see later. I'll stay on this though. But there's pretty new bike ramp. That's pretty cool. There's not many spots like that here in the Northeast where we have, you know, lots of kind of bike related things. You look through there. That's the building at the, oh, where's my finger? Where's my finger? There it is. That building right there is where it came in. That's where we're headed. That other trail probably taking me right to it. But I'm gonna continue on. Because if I wanted to, I can jump right back on the trail I came in on. A little bit further down. Kind of run parallel to it. So this takes you over to the rest of Rowland Farm, which I'm not going to take. This is the boundary of the Conservancy and the state park. There's state park boundary. Now the trail I've been hiking comes up right here. It goes over there. Going to run into it over here too. I could just get on that and continue along, but that would be too simple. And I kind of like this section off on the right here. You can see those pines over there. I really like hiking through there. So I'm not gonna skip it. I'm gonna go back and go right back out the way I came into the preserve. You don't have to do that. You can jump back into the state park at any point along here. You can kind of see the trail down there, right in there. I'm gonna come right back that way in about 5 minutes. Yeah, right there you can see the trail coming through. I just like that spot up there, so I'm gonna go hike it. Here's another way. You could drop in right here too. And there's the trail gonna come down. It's kind of a pointless loop, but it literally takes 5 minutes to do this. All right, and back to the beginning. I'm gonna make the right here in a slow trail. It's gonna take me back into the state park. So that's Rowland Preserve. It's nice. It's a nice little hike. It's not overly complicated or difficult. Nearly impossible to get lost. That's that field up there. It's all right here. So, and you can drive right up to it if you come up Rowland's Road. So you're gonna make the right here and head back into the park. This is that section of forest I really like. I like hiking through anywhere with pines. You'll see here, as I come around the corner, looking right back to where I just was a few minutes ago. So these trails take me straight back over to the lake. But I just came down that hill through the preserve, went that way. Let's head straight back to it. Yeah, so this is what I was just looking at. Right up there. Well, they did a little work here. This didn't used to be a footbridge. It's kind of nice. Yeah, so I was just right there. I don't know if that came through, but that was a lot of ice collapsing. It's probably 34 degrees, 33, 30. A lot of ice collapsing. Yeah, so it's just at that temperature where these little ice shells cannot support themselves anymore. So I don't know if there'll be a lot of like eerie ice noises now, or if it's gonna be more of that. We'll see. This sounds like Popeye.